On the TJ Chatman Show.
Man, we're back with another
It's a grassroots, hard knock. It's been that type of career. I'm not signed to a major label. I don't have major management. Well, I do now, but I didn't have major management going into this. So I learned everything that I needed, that I learned on the job. And so it's important to me, and especially with doing icons, it's important for me to show our youth and to show even people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, that you can still do something impactful in the world, regardless of what your age is, regardless of where you are. And you can do it. I think Justin says it best. You can create your own table, so then nobody has to invite you to it. He said that, and I just, that resonates with me so much, because literally that's what I had to do. I had to create my own. You gotta be able to create their own table. I had to create my own. So that's what I've done, and my path hasn't been what people thought my trajectory should be, but it's been what was ordained for me to be able to go out amongst the world, right? And this isn't to brag, but I've been to 46 countries singing, right? All over the world, spreading the news of Orlando, that we're not just Disney, right? So that's kind of what I like people to know, is that I just choose Orlando as my home, but who I am is okay. And that's what's going to resonate with people, the realness. Right? That's what people want. They want the realness. They want, the flaws. People don't want you to appear perfect. I wasn't going to celebrate 20, I've even considered retirement sometimes, but the celebration, when I speak things, it seems as though they come to pass. And so I just got to keep speaking them. And so that's how we got to icons. But as we got to planning this, I said, there's so many times, and speaking of the local celebrity thing that you say, there's so many times that I feel like awards are given, recognition is given, and I'm not the person whose name is called, right? Even though I do so much in the community, I do a lot, and I don't do anything for recognition, but in that, I said, there's so many other people who are holding up the banner for the arts whose names are not being called. And I said, if I'm going to create this platform, this huge show, then guess what? I'm going to call some people's names who need to be called, some people who people need to know, who need to cross demographics. So that's how Icons was created. Look at some of the icons. Okay? If you look at icons like LaVon Bracey Davis, at Dr. Phillips Center. LaVon works with over 150 cultural and community groups in the Central Florida area. And she's programmed over 750 shows at the Dr. Phillips Center. Her name needed to be called. That's a big deal. Okay? Her name needs to be called. Angelica Sanchez, who's a transgender woman who was inside of the Post nightclub. Okay? Survived. Okay? Post was her home. That was the only place, one of the main places that she performed, her source of income. Okay? And then after that was done, she said, because I have a voice, I'm going to open up another live music space so the LGBTQIA plus community will feel comfortable doing live music. That needs to be celebrated. It needs to be celebrated. Cole Naismith with Creative City Project. He started with a few sheets and $200, and now he blocks off 16 blocks of downtown for Immerse every October. So I could keep going on and on about these icons. These people's names needed to be called, and if no one else was going to call them, I felt like it was only right and fitting that I should call them. You think about Miss JoJo. Miss JoJo and my mom went to school together. And when I started here in Orlando doing music, she supported me from day one. And not only her support, though, she's our voice of Orlando. When you think about Star 94.5 and the person who's walking you through those most challenging times of your day, right? It is Miss JoJo. It is JoJo, right? It's her.
I know. And that's literally what how I came about what's happening family, because that's what JoJo does.
Yeah, she's such an inspiration.
Everybody know, hey, y'all family.
Yeah.
And right
and
here.
And it don't even sound like you're listening to, the radio.
And the thing I love about her is when you meet her in person, it's the same.
It's the same.
Right? It's the same. Connection. So you look at Justin. I mean, there's so many things that I could say about him, but just look at what he accomplished with the Black and Boujee Podcast and the Boujee Ball. Orlando's never seen anything like that. Yeah. And for that alone, he is an icon, right? In addition to other things that he's doing in the community, Man Up Mentoring in the Grand Bohemian especially, but just what he was able to accomplish to bring together that many people in such a short period of time, that makes him an icon. One of the things that I've really been tapping into is the understanding that an icon is not necessarily what you do. It's your heart and purpose behind
why you do it.
What you do.
Why you do it.
Right? Yeah. So you can put on huge events all over the city. You can do them all over the world. But if your heart isn't for the people, if your heart isn't for exposure, then I don't think that makes you iconic. What makes you iconic is the purpose.
What's happening, family?
Yes.
It is very surreal because I am the person who hands out the awards, and I am the one who likes to elevate others and put them on those pedestals and stand back and admire them and cheer them on. So for me to be in the role of being out front, being labeled an icon, I'm like, who they talking about? Who they talking about? It's just, I'm very humble. And CeCe, thank you so much for putting me in
Greetings
this
and
first.
salutations. How you doing?
Yes.
That's so smooth.
Listen, that's the intro.
He's like the Billy D of our era.
Listen,
Billy D
that is the intro. That is the intro. Greetings and salutations. I love it.
Yeah.
This is my wife has sent me on a run, and so I'm on my way, and CeCe calls me, and she gives me the news, and I'm like, "You sure?
You sure?
Like, are you serious?" Because in my own mind, I had to make it make sense. Okay. So if you listen to my podcast, I talk a lot about the definitions and what words mean. So I had to look up icon. And so the definition of icon is a person or thing widely admired, especially for having great influence or significance in a particular sphere. I didn't see that for myself. Oh, wow. So I had to take a look at other definitions. And the one that resonated most with me was this. It says, a sign whose form directly reflects the thing it signifies. And so for me, my sign signifies the work of the people and the community. And so if I am being honored for what I do for the community, and they are lifting and growing because of it, then I will accept the honor. But as far as being admired for my influence or those things, I can't relate to that almost, because it's always about the work and the people.
Oh, what, CeCe, and we've talked a lot over the years, and you get more love elsewhere. You said it earlier. You've always gotten more love elsewhere than at home. Of course, we go to scripture and find out that that's what happens,
That's usually what happens.
But it's your time.
Yes.
It's your time. I can't believe it's been 20 years. And I'm excited that I get to be a part of that with you. You unselfishly turn that spotlight from yourself onto others. And that says a lot about you and your character and who you are as an entertainer.
Because I haven't gotten here alone.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been people along the way that have poured into me, that have said my name in rooms that I was not in, that have lifted me up when people would try to tear me down. There's been a support system for me here locally, and people that are in positions of power. Right? Yes. And so my grandma used to tell me, if you got the right people, Chadrian, you don't need everybody.
Right.
That's right.
If you got the right people, you don't need everybody. And I think for me, for so long, I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted everybody to be my friend. And that's just not the way my life is set up. But I have been aligned with a lot of the right people. And a lot of those people are my icons. A lot of those people that I decided to honor are people that have been pivotal in my transformation as an artist today. I think what I like is that I feel like, okay, I'm gonna take a moment, okay. I feel like if you want to think about entertainers in Central Florida, I would say that I'm one of the ones that's at the top of my game. Right, I'm doing things that are impacting the world and not just the local community. I love my community, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing things that impact the world. And everybody that was chosen, are people that are not only impacting the local community but have the capability to impact. These are not your, what is the term they're using now? These are not basic people, right? These are people that are saying, I'm going to change the world. One person, one day at a time. A mission that says 5 or 5,000, right? 5 people or 5,000 people. Everybody deserves a premium show. And I feel like the impact that you're making with Let's Kick Asthma, 5 inhalers or 5,000, right? Justin, the things that you are doing to elevate our culture, 5 or 5,000, right? That is why these people are on this list, because their mission is not a local mission. It is a global mission. Even if they're working locally, the mission and the potential is global.
I agree, because it made me think about when you were here talking about Boujee Ball, when you were saying if you got to ask and question then and you were okay with that. I'm okay with you feeling like this is too much for you, and that says a lot. It's like, well, this is exclusive. This is different.
It's nothing wrong with exclusive.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it.
And and with the little time that we do have left, the one thing I do want to express is the fact how much gratitude and how much love I have for this whole panel, because it's like my platform is your platform, and you guys have taken advantage of it. I finally got JoJo on. Every time it's like JoJo, it's like I want you to come. I got this event, and I was kind of like, let me try one more time. And then, boom, my God, I was kind of like, yes, have mercy, Lord. Have mercy, Lord. So, thankful that you finally came on. Thank you so much. It means so much. But most importantly, though, this Saturday it means a lot because I get to witness, 2 of my favorites. And of course, there's others in there. My main man Isu, he's going to be there as well.
What a list!
And he's another busy brother that I was trying to get on, but Isu, he does what he does.
Call him out.
Listen, DJ, call him out.
Isu, with your ankles showing, go ahead and come on the show.
With your ankles showing.
Sit right
I
there.
like them seats with the ankles showing though.
JoJo done started something because she a busy woman and she on here now. She gonna be like, hey,
and she finally made it. So Isu, you need to get your.
And I got about 4 or 5 jobs.
So CeCe, one of the things she also didn't mention is when I called her and I said, hey, look, I really need you. And she's booked. She's busy. But here's what she did. She said, so what type of help do you need with sponsorships? Have you thought about calling this person? What about this person? What about that one? There was no egos involved in saying, well, you know what? I got icons coming up and I don't want to take any shine away from icons because of, a Boujee Ball. No, she continued and then followed up with me and made sure, and even though she wasn't going to be here, congratulating me and letting me know that she cared about my event. That's number one. Number two, I don't want you to shortchange your platform, because if we're talking about this resurgence and this emergence of Orlando, it starts just like this, in this platform, in this room, what you're doing at this table right now. It starts here, but think about what could be a couple of years from now. All of a sudden, when we turn into this media empire that we will, because it's not going to be just about tourism anymore. It's going to be about the whole big picture, because a lot of us are working on that. You're going to remember being in this room, having these conversations, and when people told you no, and they're going to come back and they're going to be knocking on your door saying, please, will you say yes?
I know that's right.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
We received that.
That's a way.
Right. What else is there to be said?
We're finna go ahead and raise an offering. Let the benediction.
Brilliant. Thank you, TJ, for having us. Thank you so much.
I appreciate each one of y'all, man, and I know we out of time. I just thank y'all for coming on the show. You guys are my icons as well.
Yes.
And I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't wait to get there and witness it firsthand to see how the final production works, even though I had the opportunity to see it behind the scenes and like, wow,
you got to see the gowns.
I got to see the gowns. So until then, man, you guys just keep it locked, man, because you got Saturday for the icons.
Yeah.
You know, continue to listen to Star 94.5 with JoJo. And listen.
Oh, tomorrow.
She's going to be a guest DJ on my show tomorrow for
an hour. Yes.
Wow. Turning her into a DJ
that's
tomorrow.
That's going to be dope.
Okay.
And then of course,
I need that playlist.
Hey, and then of course, you guys, you asked for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back.
Okay.
Boujee Ball. It's coming back.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
July 22nd?
July 22nd, 2023.
That's it. So guys, save the date. Keep it locked. I see you guys on Saturday. I hope everybody comes Saturday because there's only a few spots left. So until then, you guys keep it locked. The best is yet to come. Let's go.